The following is a paid program and does not necessarily reflect the views or ideas of the staff or management of KWSH or the 110 Broadcast Group.
Seminole, Jeremy Foltz, Cheho Jifkados, and Monday in Hayatki, Hadialaga Mon, Ogada Othahanojidos. That sound okay? I got to make sure with my Mahaya it sounds all right.
I know.
And Mojanita Hadam Nitahi, Lojan Popohoyan. Mon Baksangi, Istijadi, and Nitidoanks. Momido, Estoes, Mojanita, Nita Morgan. Istijadi and Nitados.
Fetchkida fully dois. Nita Morgan.
Well, I am sitting here with Unhissy, my friend and co-host, every Tuesday from 11 to 11:30. Mr. Delaney Pinnock, ladies and gentlemen.
It's Jay.
And the crowd goes wild. All right. Here in the studio with 5 of us. It's pretty busy weekend last week.
Oh, there's a lot going
pretty
on.
busy week. Not even just the weekend. Pretty busy week.
Yeah.
Last week we wasn't here, Delaney. We attended the National Native Language Summit in Oklahoma City on Tuesday, which I thought was a great day.
I enjoyed it.
We learned a lot, but we left the radio show in the hands of the communications department yesterday with Mr. Director Mark Williams and media specialist Josiah Jimboy, and we heard they did a pretty good job. So, Mado, y'all get an A. Dennis said A-, but so that was last Tuesday. Then Wednesday, we all went to Intertribal for 3 days down in Durant. The Choctaw hosted Intertribal this quarter. And Mark's clapping again, but they did a great job hosting our meetings. And on Wednesday there was a cornhole tournament. So Mark made sure he wrote this in the script for today. Let me read it for verbatim here. On Wednesday there was a cornhole tournament at ITC. In the first round, Josiah and Chief Hill with the Creek Nation was taken down by the language department Director Jeremy Foltz.
I synced it.
Yeah. But the surprise was when communications director Mark Williams and his team took second place. It was a random draw tournament, so you could have any random person, and luckily Mark ended up with the best cornhole player at ITC and got carried all the way through all the games. They even took down Chief Batten, they said. So, congratulations, Mark. Josiah, maybe next time. Yeah. But all the chiefs and the governors, they for the 5 tribes gave highlights of their respective nations, and it was good seeing all these friends. And this is probably the first time that the biggest one since COVID has hit, and so it was a good time. And as we mentioned earlier, kind of moving. Any thoughts on Intertribal, Delaney?
It was a good one.
It was pretty good. Our cultural committee did a good job. I got to say congratulations to in our language group. I'm the vice president of the group, and our president is Mr. Roy Boney. And Roy, his name, he's known everywhere around Indian country. And we've got to say a big old congratulations to Mr. Roy Boney, as he got married last week, and he's going to be on vacation probably for the next 2 weeks. But he's with the Cherokee Language Department, and so congratulations, Roy.
Congrats.
world-renowned artist, animator, did some animation videos in the language. So just all-around good guy. If you know Roy, just wish him congratulations. And so any other thoughts on the Intertribal? Good time, good food, good fellowship. And then as I mentioned earlier, yesterday was Indigenous Peoples Day. We saw the chief of the Seminole Nation, Lewis Johnson, and Delaney Pinnock here in Seminole. The assistant chief, Brian Palmer, and their media director or communications director, Mark Williams, was in Muskogee. Our communications media specialist, Josiah Jimboy, was in Okmulgee. And then the princesses were in Seminole and also at the Fan Museum yesterday. So kind of a busy day for a lot of the representatives of the tribe and of the nation. And so we appreciate everything that they did and just the support they put out there. So, Delaney, any thoughts on that one? Indigenous Peoples Day?
The
man of many words right there, ladies and gentlemen. So, moving on. The 4th and 8th Sundays, church meetings this weekend, October 16th. Before I get into that, though, we do have some church announcements. And so the first one came in right hot off the press this morning, handed to us as soon as we walked into the radio station. But October 13th through the 15th at 7 p.m., New Hope Fellowship, which is at 12129 North Highway 56, Wewoke, Oklahoma, is having a youth rally, kind of like a youth revival, but they're calling it a youth rally. Again, that's going to be October 13th through the 15th at 7 p.m. The pastor is Mickey Hill, and the guest speaker is going to be Ruben Mendoza from Tucson, Arizona. Get it to Tucson? Oh, I guess regular people call it Tucson, but we call it Tucson around here. Tucson, Arizona. And then worship is by New Creations. That's Philip Harrison and their group, isn't it? Amber Harrison. Yeah, all them. All the Harrisons. Former assistant chief Harrison's, their family is doing that. So that's going to be October 13th through the 15th at 7 p.m. Again, at New Hope Fellowship at 12129 North Highway 56, Wewoke, Oklahoma. Dinner starts at 5. So if you want to get there to eat, get there at 5 and go eat. And then, so that's going to be a little bit east of where we're at. And then if you want to take a good trip east, Middle Creek No. 1 Baptist Church by Lamar, a member of the MSW grounds as well, is having a fall festival October 15th, which is going to be Saturday from 12 to 3 p.m. So there's 3 hours that you can have there with fun and fellowship. They said they're going to be nachos, chili, hot dog, and drinks for everyone. There's a costume contest for kids and adults. So bring your costumes, cakewalk, ring toss, beanbag toss. I guess that's kind of like cornhole as well, isn't it? Just like balloons and other games. Everyone come out and have fun. Afternoon, everyone is invited. And so they said they're going to have a good time, a fellowship, and eating as well. So y'all join Middle Creek No. 1 down there in Carson. I call it Carson. They said Lamar. But down there south of Dustin. So, all right. And then for this week, your MSW grounds 4th and 8th Sunday church meetings. We have Artacy, Beaver, BMO, Bird Creek, Community IBC, Buckeye Creek, Deep Fork Hallubby, Hickory Ground No. 2, Little Casita, Miccosukee, Middle Creek No. 2. Now, not to be confused with No. 1 down there by Carson, but Middle Creek No. 2 up here by Holdenville, Montezuma, Ofuskee, Pecan Grove, Rock Springs, Sasakwa, Sand Creek, Eufaula, Tomajesi, and then Wetumpka IBC, and that's this weekend for October 16th. And so y'all go have a good time. Again, good time of fellowship. Any other word on churches? We seem like we had a lot of church announcements this week. We missing anything? We good? All right, we're getting the thumbs up. And so every week we talk about the ones who have started their journey. And this week is going to be the same. You know, we want to remember those families who have to make an adjustment in life. A lot of families are missing their loved ones today. And we remember those families and members of the community. Remember them in your thoughts and your prayers. And then at this time, we're going to go ahead and pause for a moment of silence. Mado. All right, now on to tribal news. Here in the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma, there is a meeting being held October 15th on Saturday at 10 a.m., a special meeting being held at the Miccosukee Mission Gym. And so we've got the agenda here. Delaney, would you like to go ahead and lead this one off?
All right. TR 2022-87, a tribal resolution of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma approving the fiscal year 2023 proposed comprehensive budget and providing for appropriations.
So that's the one piece of unfinished business, talking about the comprehensive budget. And then we move into the new business. So it says General Counsel Secretary interviews and possible offer of employment. But then it moves down to TO 2023-21, a tribal ordinance of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma amending the Seminole Nation Tribal Code by establishing Title 35, Mental Health and Substance Abuse, and amending Title 21, Chapter 2, Section 201.
TR 2023-01, resolution certifying the Housing Authority of Seminole Nation of Oklahoma compliance with Title 24, Section 1003.604 of the Code of Federal Regulations, Citizen Participation Requirements for the Indian Community Development Block Grant application by the Housing Authority of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma.
All right, in TR 2023-02, a tribal resolution of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma approving the application for SSBCI allocation, authorizing entering a memorandum of agreement between the Nation and Development Capital Networks, LLC, to apply for, manage, and administer the awarded SSBCI funds for the economic benefit of the Seminole Nation. And then this one, the TR 2023-02, Delaney, something that we've kind of talked about. It's a $4.5 million small business loan program for tribally owned businesses. And if it passes, members can apply for loans to get their businesses off the ground.
Oh, it's a big help.
I know. We kind of talked about in our conversations in the car driving to the complex.
Timing's perfect.
Yeah.
TR 2023-03, resolution of the General Counsel of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma authorizing a memorandum of understanding between the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma and the Muskogee Creek Nation for the purpose of achieving the various aims and objectives relating to the administration of judicial and administration services of the Seminole Nation within the Muskogee Creek Nation.
All right, then prayer and adjournment. And so this will happen on Saturday again. Special call meeting October 15th at 10 a.m. The location is at the gym. All right, and so we do have a note of one band announcement so far. The Miccosukee Band will meet Thursday, October 13th at 6:30 p.m. at Mazzio's in Seminole. And then also the Tazagaya Harjo Band will be meeting this Thursday, October 6th at 6 p.m. This Thursday at 6 p.m. at the Miccosukee Mission Council House. So Thanks, Josiah, for that right off the presses as well. So you're hearing it live here first with the band meetings. Do we have another one coming in? Oh, Cheesy Band also is having a band meeting.
Amidolos.
That's on Facebook page too.
Yeah, what?
Cheesy Band.
Oh, Cheesy Band is having...
It's on Facebook page.
Sorry about this, ladies and gentlemen. All the influx of meetings happening right live here. Let's see. The old Jeezy Band will be having a virtual meeting tonight. This is October the 11th at 6:30 p.m. You can email ocheesyband.seminole@gmail.com for the meeting link. So it will be a virtual meeting for the Ocheesy Band, and that will be taking place tonight at 6:30 p.m. If you'd like to attend, please email ocheesyband.seminole@gmail.com for the meeting link. Mado. All right. And so I think that's all the government news we have so far. Now we do have some department news out there. The diabetes program, we always start with them. The announcement, Brown Bag Fitness today from 12:15 to 12:45 in the exercise room at the Tribal Road / Senior Citizens Building / OAP. If you go over there, the building that's just west of the complex, there's a workout room there, and so you can go meet Jerome Harrison for Brown Bag Fitness. So Mondays and Thursdays is from 12:10 to 12:45. Mondays and Wednesdays it's at the Jafigny Wellness Center there on the grounds of the Miccosukee Mission, and then on Tuesdays and Thursdays looks like it's been at the Senior Citizens most days, Tuesdays and Thursdays. And so if you have any questions or would like to attend, you can email or call Jerome Harrison at harrison.je@sno-nsn.gov, or you can call him at 405-234-5247.
All right, we have Power Hour. That's from them also. Exercise with Kyla and Jerome at Jafigny Wellness at the Mission Grounds up until October 28th. That's every Tuesday and Thursday from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. So that's no excuses. That's after work. Get on out there and work out with them.
Yeah, everyone, get out there. And then there's also Tai Chi going on Tuesdays and Thursdays, starting at 10 a.m. at the New Life Church there in Woka. You can register at Jafigny Wellness Center via email. And again, you contact Jerome or Kyla, and they'll definitely hook you guys up. Mark, communications, I didn't write it down, but you guys have a deadline for the next paper coming out, October 21st. And so if you have any announcements or news you'd like to get into the November edition of the Joga de Lummi, make sure you email seminolemedia@gmail.com by October 21st. That is the deadline for the November edition of the paper. And we've heard from good reasonable sources that the paper probably at the printer today. And so it's going to be a larger issue is what we've been told, because it's the Seminole Nation Days edition of the paper. So when you guys pick it up, make sure you look through some of them pictures. You might see someone you know. Mm-hmm. You might see some of us out there.
It'll just be of Mark and Joe.
Yeah, it'll just be of them. But you know what? I had a good time at Seminole Nation Days this year, and people are still talking about Seminole Nation Days. It was a good event. The entertainment was pretty good, and the carnival rides was pretty good. I got to push all them kids out the way and cut right in front of the line, and they pushed me back and didn't let me ride in those rides. But all in all, it was a good time, and the groups that were singing in the small arena and in the mill, I think everyone did a fantastic job. All the employees that dedicated their time and all the volunteers, y'all did a great job. And if no one's told you yet, Mado for that. Anyone who had a part in Seminole Nation Days, you're going to hear it here. We appreciate everything that you guys have done, everything that you did. It was a great event. So Mado,
Inga,
From at least me and Delaney. Me and Delaney say Mado.
We have some news from the food and nutrition. So services will begin. They started September 1st, so the departments will be open. They're still taking precaution measures for COVID and require that clients wear their masks in the facility, and the department will allow up to 3 people at a time. So give them a call if you plan on going out there.
All right. And then from the Historic Preservation Office, Delaney Pinnock, did you know during the lawlessness, oh, there it is. Dennis is always right on top of things. During the lawlessness of Indian Territory in the 1800s, the tribal light horsemen had jurisdiction to maintain civil order within their own reservational boundaries. The light horse was given the task to which was ordered by the General Council, such as whippings and a firing squad. Notable examples can be seen of this at the Seminole Nation Museum in Wewoka. At the U.S. Marshals Museum in Fort Smith, Arkansas, there is a statue of a light horseman that faces towards Indian Territory.
Interesting.
And that was brought to you today by your local Historic Preservation Office. Ted Underwood, Director, Ben Yahola, and Jake Tiger, Mary Cruz, all doing a good job out there at HPO. So,
Appreciate them.
yeah, they're always doing a good job. So, Mado, for what you guys do too, doesn't go unrecognized.
It's from Honor Guard. Any service member with honorable discharge, Honor Guard needs your help. Give Rex Haley a call at 405-220-5342.
Good deal. And also, foster parents are always needed. You can make a difference in the Seminole child's life. If you're interested in volunteering your home to be a foster parent or a home for someone who might need one temporarily, give them a phone call, 405-257-9038. I'd rather see our tribal children in one of our homes instead of someone else's homes. All right, and let me go ahead and take this one, Delaney, if that's all right. I know breaking our pattern here.
You got it.
But I talked to Shelley Watson this morning, who is with the Employment and Staff Manager for the Citizen Potawatomi Nation and Workforce and Social Services. And she let us know that they're going to be having a satellite location. They're setting up with satellite locations to offer some of their services with Citizen Potawatomi. They will have applications with them. They'll help you fill it out. There's employment services, youth services, LIHEAP if there's a denial from like Seminole Nation or DHS, gas vouchers for employment opportunities, community services. And I tried to ask her what kind of community services, and she said, well, it's kind of very broad because every situation is just a little bit different, and so it can include things like rental assistance, utility assistance, like hardship assistance and opportunities. And so if you have any questions, you can give her a call, which is at 405-878-3854. Her extension is 4206. And then I also have a flyer from her. The morning time slots in Wewoka are from 9 to 11, and the afternoon is from 1 to 3. And they're at the workforce office location right across from the post office in Seminole. And the flyer includes a mark. I might have to forward this to you as well. There's several satellite locations like in Norman, McLeod, Cushing, Perkins, Seminole, but Tuesdays is for Seminole, and again that's 9 to 11 and 1 to 3 p.m. in the afternoon, and that's weekly, the first and third week of the month. And if you have any questions, give them a phone call, 405-878-3854.
All right, from the language department, that's us. Muskogee Bonaga Bonaicha Diana, Momen, Pumaneja de Giajanat, Nanwikas, Moenat, Mado, Jikech Doge.
And then we also have the 4-week Begin to Muskogee online language course that's out there and available. We hope you are enjoying those lessons. If you go to the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma website, sno-nsn.gov, go to the culture tab, which will then pull up language, and there will be a link from our language page so you can enjoy those 4 weeks of classes. And then let's go over job opportunities. There's also job opportunities on that same website. If you go to sno-nsn.gov, click on the career tab, you'll see openings for accounting, ASAP, childcare, domestic violence, in the executive office, food distribution, Head Start, ICW, IT, JOM, maintenance, procurement, social services, transit, transportation, vehicle maintenance. And then also, if you go to SeminoleNation.casino, there's a lot of jobs available there as well, including a controller, revenue audit supervisor, drop count clerk. There's at least 10 to 12 jobs that's opening there at the Nation Casino. And then if you go to Sendoc, which is Sendoc SNDOCK applicantpro.com/jobs. There's a lot of openings for retail cashiers at the River Mist Casino, or at the River Mist C-Store, Trading Post in Wewoka, the Travel Plaza on I-40. So a lot of full-time and part-time available jobs out there. And then we also got shared with us a note from Creek Nation regarding a pretty close town, so we did want to include this one as well. There's a job fair going on tomorrow, October 12th, from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. at the Creek Nation Community Hospital, which is the hospital there in Okemah. If you go there for any kind of health services, you know exactly where it's at. They're hiring for all positions, including RNs, LPNs, environmental services, dietary, radiology, laboratory. Benefits include sign-on bonuses, 401k, vacation time, fantastic coworkers. I don't know about that one unless they're working with us. I don't know if anyone can say fantastic, but but go over there. My mom actually works over there too, so if you want to work with my mom, go give them or go visit them tomorrow between 8 and 8 for the job fair over there at Creek Nation Community Hospital.
We have some news from the Housing Authority. First annual Native Vendor Market, which is taking place Saturday, October 22nd, and that's Sorghum Days.
Sorghum Days, they're in Wewoka.
So make sure you secure a spot, go to their website, and get a spot, and I'm sure it'll be a good one.
They're saying shop early for Christmas. It's already October. Man.
Jumps the jots too.
And so they also said there's going to be fried meat, weenies and kraut. So I usually call it kraut and weenies, but they reversed it here. Red beans and rice and fry bread. So make sure you go out and check out the first annual Native Vendor Market Saturday at the Sorghum Days in Wewoka. And then there's also still rooms to be a vendor if you'd like to be a vendor. So also this Haskell alumni came in yesterday and emailed us, and they said, read this. They said, everyone is invited because everyone knows someone who attended school at Haskell. And so even if you just know someone that attends, they said everyone's still invited. You're connected. And so this is for the Haskell annual general membership meeting at the Grand Casino Banquet Room there in Shawnee at 777 Grand Casino, Shawnee, Oklahoma. Starting on October 21st, they're having a Halloween party and costume contest from 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. at the Grand Casino Ballroom. Also food and prizes. Then the next day, 10/22/22, from 10 a.m. to noon, a board meeting and general membership sign up. From 6 p.m. or starting at 6 p.m., a silent auction and banquet food. That one costs $40 per person. And then at 7 p.m., they're going to say, get your dancing shoes out because they're cutting the rug. So, again, everyone come out to the Haskell Alumni annual general membership meeting held at the Grand Casino there in Shawnee.
All right. Got some birthdays for you. Start off with Alex Serrano, Paul Parker, Chabon Wynn, Wally Joe Butler, Heather Klein, Marion Fixico, Billy Reed, Laura Haney, Ryan Moppin, Ron McIntosh, James Whitecloud, Leonard Gouch, and Hitchkinita Futchkit Fully Owagutchus.
All right, and as a reminder, you can catch the rebroadcast of this radio show on the Facebook page, YouTube, and tribal website, sno-nsn.gov, for the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma every Wednesday around 8 p.m. If you have any news or announcements you want to share on the Community and Events Facebook page, please email the communications staff at seminolemedia@gmail.com or call 405-652-7251. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, tune in every Tuesday at 11 a.m. right here on KWSH 97.7 FM or the legendary 1260 AM. For radio producer Mark Williams and Josiah Jimboy, engineer Dennis Burton.
And I'm Delaney.
And I'm Jeremy.
All right.
All right, Jim and I out these and Mado.